Well, hello folks, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we have got a rather special load for today's drive. This is not what I said I was going to do, but the 1.56 update is out and the CZ LOKO engines, locomotives, have been added into the game as potential cargoes. And this is one which is a special transport job, as you can see. Does this not look amazing? This is the CZ LOKO Effiishunter 1000. So it's their top, almost their top large locomotive that they sell. We'll talk a bit about that as we go. We'll also talk about 1.56 and what that's going to bring us. Not a huge amount for ETS2 and not a huge amount for ATS either. But we'll talk about them separately in two different videos, but I want to talk about CZ LOKO as well and some of the other bits that we have available from this as a result of this company coming into the game and some of the different loads that we can take. Right, let's dive in. This one is going to be a fun one, I think. I'm looking forward to this. This is a very long truck. Let's just take a little look, maybe take a little picture. Let's take a picture. Right, we're going this way. It is enormous. So, we're going to get into the engine. We're going, where the heck are we going? We can't be going that way. I'm a bit lost already. They wanted me to go through here. They are, you know. Flipping heck. How am I going to take this turn at the bottom? Oh, Christ on a bike. So, there are two routes that you can get this on. This is one. What the hell's happened here? I'm stuck. Right. Oh my lord. I think something's catching somewhere. I don't know what it is. I think it's just on the ground. So this isn't the best, because I don't really think there's much else I can do here. We're coming down a gradient. Come on. Let's get... We'll put the... differential lock on, see if that's going to make a difference. It's a 4-hour delivery, this one. I know we can't take large turns, so there are two routes. There's one which is the one we're doing here, which is from Kessel, which is in northern Germany, to Hamburg. I mean, look at this, it's ridiculous. And then the other one is from Berlin to Szczecin in Poland. I mean, we cannot stop, otherwise we won't be able to get going. This is quite a gradient we're going up. This is 80 tons, apparently 80 tons of train, 10 tons of trailer. Yeah, 10 tons of trailer. But I don't think I've been in Kessel before since they made the changes. Let's just have a quick look. Oh, it looks like I have, you know. It's not actually... Oh no, it's in southern Germany. I thought this was in northern Germany. So we're going to go up the 7, the Autobahn 7, which will be easy driving. This bit here is going to be tough. So what we'll do, we'll definitely watch this bit here. We'll probably do a bit of a time lapse on the Autobahn, and then we'll come back. Let me know if you've taken this particular drive already. If not, are you going to be doing it? So we don't need to be there. We don't need to worry about traffic lights. That's a beautiful thing with this. So it's a special transport job at 80 tons. So there are a few achievements that you can get. You don't have one specifically for this, but there is an achievement for doing all of the special transport jobs, or a bunch of, I think it's 8 of the different special transport jobs. I suspect this one should count for that, although I seem to remember that sometimes some of the newer additions don't necessarily link up with the achievements. Let me know in the comments if that is or isn't the case, because I'm not 100% sure. But this isn't too bad at the minute. It was just that start bit which was horrible, but look at this. I love this. We've got to take a picture. It's absolutely massive. So 16 meters long and 80, I think it was, oh, slow down, 80 tons, not 80 meters long. That would be like ridiculous. So that was, I mean, that's fun. So there is a smaller one of these, which is the 300, which is available, which is available not as a special transport job. It's a much smaller locomotive, and so you can get that, and that's not on any particular route. So I don't know whether that was in the game previously. I think this sign is going to be gone. Shit. I mean, the sign survived. It's just the right side of my truck probably didn't. Got to get your wits about you here. So this isn't too bad, even though we're not far away from getting on that autobahn. And then there is another train, which is the MUV-75, which is the other one that was released with this. Again, I don't think that's a special transport. I don't think that's a special transport job, so you can just take that around. And of course we'll do that at some point. I had it in my mind. As soon as this came out, I wanted to take this train. So all the things I had in my mind, that's gone out the window. We're doing this, and I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to doing some of those shots where we've got when we go out of the lorry and we get to see what it looks like behind us. I think that would be pretty epic. You don't see this sort of size of train on the roads that often. I suspect that's because you don't really need to put a train on the roads, do you? I mean, doesn't it just go on rails? Can't you just, even if it's not functional, you can just put it behind another one that is, maybe? I don't know. Bloody hell. It's not the worst. It's definitely wider and more difficult jobs to take. This is really not the worst that I've encountered. It really isn't. So yeah, these are a class of shunting engine from this Czech company. Now it seems like this company is a. Why are they not being stopped? You know, Timber Turtle, what are you doing? But yeah, this particular one is a medium to heavy shunting engine. I don't know what medium to heavy actually means. What load it can shunt. I suspect a heck of a lot, given what it looks like. Why are you going faster than this lorry? We're travelling with a train on the back, man. And the CZ LOKO, they are both a railway locomotive. Like, they sell them, but they also will repair them as well. So they do all of that maintenance, repair, all that sort of stuff, which it makes a lot of sense, because you're not just gonna buy another one of these, are you? Just because the other one didn't work too well. And there is actually a 1600, which is on a wider gauge railway, but I bet that's an absolute beast. Right, folks, we're going to do a little bit of a time lapse now as we go past Tutting Turtle or whatever he was, and we will get up towards Hamburg, and we'll come back and we'll see how things have gone. Hopefully we can do this drive without too much of an issue. Enjoying this load. Love the reworked bit of Germany as well. This looks really, really pretty, or it did when we were back in Kessel. Looks a little bit less pretty now. This is perhaps not so much of a, it must be a little bit reworked, it looks it. What do you reckon? Right, see you in a little bit, folks. See you in a bit. Right, folks, we are back. You can certainly get a shift on in this truck. This is one of the Volvo. I'm not entirely sure which Volvo model it is, but it did say it needed some serious power to get things going. It can really get going. Brakes are a little bit dicey. I've almost hit the car in front on a couple of occasions when it decided to slow down for some completely unfathomable reason. But yeah, so we've been enjoying this crazy load on the back. I think last time I asked the question, oh, Jesus, what are you doing? This is the problem. They slowed down because of this car, this police car, and they don't seem to realise that actually they had the loads coming behind them. Something's gone wrong there. But anyway, I asked the question, well, surely one of the things that should happen would be that if there was more than one heavy load on the road at one point, do I need to go? I can't remember. Do I need to go first? I think I'll wait for him to go, don't I? I don't know. Can't remember. There he goes. Right, it's gone. And Micro Pizza, who is a Finnish truck driver, he says that this is the case. So if there are multiple of these sort of loads on the road at any one point, you have to kind of register it to let people know about it, and then they can kind of manage that a little bit better, because it would be utterly chaotic if you were coming down a relatively narrow road and then had this monstrosity behind me, and I came upon someone who was I don't know, wanting to take a house somewhere. It's a weird one, but yeah, makes a lot of sense. And with that kind of thing in mind, what in your mind, if you had anything, if you could have anything on the back of your truck in ETS2 or ATS that isn't currently available, like a massive load that isn't currently available, what would that be? What would it be? I would I would like to hear your creative thoughts on that. That might be quite a fun one. Can you, what crazy loads would you love to take? I bet there's some absolute corkers out there. Yeah, let me know in the comments. Anyway, 1.56 is out. We've got 34 kilometres to go to get to our destination. Remember, parking is just going to be, we drive in. There's no reverse parking with this, which is a shame in some ways, because it's, I don't think it would be impossible, because there is only one kind of articulation point, isn't there? So it should just work like all the rest that we do, but I'm not going to try that. So there's a few things that are in 1.56 beyond what we're looking at here. Number one, and the kind of like headline feature, is the height blend. And what that does is it basically, where you've got multiple textures, I think grass and gravel was something they showed, which are actually at slightly different heights. This allows them to blend better together and look a little bit better. So on the Steam, where they've got the little blog on 1.56, they will tell you about this height blend, and they'll show you some pictures before and after. It's quite hard to see the difference, but I think I imagine it just going to feel that little bit more immersive. Aren't you supposed to be? Yeah, I thought you were. Please go right. What are you doing? No. Right, why have you... Right, okay. I thought he'd just given up there. I'd had an issue with like this not so long ago when I did something like this, where I think I hadn't kept it between the two escort vehicles effectively, and I don't think it was fully my fault. Many of you might have watched this, or I might not have even put it on the channel, I can't remember. But it just kind of, the guy just stopped. I didn't know what to do. There was nothing. I just had to kind of like give up the job. Couldn't do anything about it. So I am always wary about these folks, because they do strange things. It's like they've been on the surströmming, fermented fish, yeah, which looks horrendous. Right, you're doing that. I'll come out here. This is all good. I suspect this is going to be a bit challenging driving wise here. Hopefully there's just no one anywhere. So we've also got a new DLC browser, so they've changed what that looks like a bit. They've got there's a couple of the tuning packs and trailer packs that have been improved. Oh right, okay. Do we have a bit of a problem here? Christ. So, right. What's happening here? See, the problem here with this sort of stuff is that we can't go, because this guy in front, if I go anywhere outside of where this guy wants me to go, that's it, done. So we've got a problem here, because these guys up top have just stopped, and there seems to be is that an accident? Yeah, it looks like they've had an accident. It's a caravan and a car that's just gone into the side of it, and no one is moving at all, which is a problem. Oh God, now what are they doing? Well, something's happened. I might watch this for a bit. I didn't expect him to do that. We'll come back in a bit when something happens. I'm just going to keep an eye on this, because I've not actually seen the crazed AI doing its thing. So that caravan's gone off at great speed. Right, yeah, interesting. I absolutely love that. Right, we can go now. It's a huge traffic jam caused, and thankfully for once it is not me causing the traffic jam. But this is going to be a bit of a challenge, I think. Because as I remember, those very long ones, these sort of very long trailers, you can kind of tip them a little bit. There's some physics going sort of left and right as well as back and forth, and so I guess it's just the weight of them just kind of feels like it tips it over a bit. It's kind of what we had right at the start. Right, and again, we want to take this slowly, effortlessly. Well, yes, we were going through the things in 1.56. So there's those. There is a career creation and startup flow. So if you're starting a new game, there is a new startup flow, and that's apparently, I think it was mentioned in my comments previously, that's probably something to do with this going on to console. So it just kind of helps that happen. As well as some changes to the management menu, sort of UI, the look of them, those management menus. So I think there's a bunch of stuff. I don't think any of it, apart from what we've got behind us, and maybe that height blend thing, are going to be a massive change. We've got no map changes, nothing like that. But I suspect. What's next up? It's the Nord. Well, is it going to be the Benelux one, or is it going to be the one to link up the Nordic horizons? I can't remember which one's coming next. Not sure which I would prefer, but I think either would be fun. It'd be nice to get a little something there. So, where are you gonna go now? Are you gonna let me just? Are you gonna take me all the way there? So I'm just following this. I don't think I needed to do anything there. So, and then we'll come round. I think. Have I got to go through here? Oh, for Pete's sake! With this massive train on the back. At least it's not wide. And then I've got to take a right. Oh man, then tell us about this. Right, there we go. You see what's just happened there? Just the back end of the trailer just kind of tipped a little bit as I maybe took that turn a tiny bit too fast. So I'd love to get your thoughts on that. How should I avoid that happening? Is it just about speed and turning kind of smoothly? Right, there we go. Well, we've made the turn. It was quite the turn there, and we know now we've got to get into that company there ahead of us. Now, what more have we got to do? Right. So, right. So we follow this in. I don't like this. Having to make these turns. Hopefully nothing comes the other way. Right, where is this? Where are we going with this? Is that it down the bottom? It's really hard to know. Right, do we go on? Which side do we go on? Right, there's the... Right, there it is. There it is. Oh man, this is a little bit more involved than I was expecting. Oh, done it again. Doesn't seem to damage anything though, thankfully. The TV crew's here, saying, "What you doing? You utter fool." There we go. Done. And we have completed that. That was a fun one. I enjoyed that a lot. Lots of XP there. We've actually got into level 42 there. Nice big chunk of XP. Being able to take that. Nice drive as well. Got to see a whole bunch of different things, and it's a new delivery. Not done that delivery before. In fact, that delivery has not been available until now. So that was a fun one. Let me know in the comments, have you taken this yet? Have you done the other one, the other Loco CZ delivery? Let me know your thoughts on that. And what do you think? It was a very cool looking engine, was it not? Yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, please like the video. New thing on the on YouTube is the hype button. That's available for long form videos. You get 3 hypes per week, as far as I understand, and you can hype well three videos. It's really good for small content creators, and you can basically hype videos within their first 7 days. It has a massive boost to the channel. So if you could spare one of those for me, that would be awesome. I've seen some people doing that for the channel. I really appreciate that. Anyway, if you do enjoy this work, if you do enjoy this stuff, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you for the next one. Bye bye.